it is time for another Q&A. So, hello guys. Doing a Q&A today. Now, I asked you guys on Instagram, if some of you guys follow me there, to ask me some questions, and I was going to make a Q&A video because I personally love Q&As. Like, I feel like they're so, depending on the YouTuber, they're very like chilled and you get to know the person a bit better, and I just really like them. I feel like they're a little bit more like intimate, and I really like them as like a video to watch and to do myself. So I've got some amazing questions. Like, there was some good ass questions that you guys asked me that I'm really like excited to answer. So there is a lot of questions to go through. So like I said, let's just get into it. Okay, what is my favorite physical feature on myself? I would definitely say I really like my eyes. I think, you know, eyes are something that I notice in a person like quite quickly. I like my eyes. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. I like my eyes. It's also great because I'm a makeup artist. If you don't know, I'm a makeup artist, so it's really good to work with my own eyes. Like, I always notice, like, when I work on somebody else's eyes and maybe they're different to mine, it's a bit harder. So I like working on my eyes, and I like my eyes. Also, my teeth, but I can't take credit for my teeth. I had braces. There will be no photos shown of that time in my life. Maybe one day I'll show you guys, but I had braces when I was about 13 years old, I think, around that age. So I can't take credit. I was not born with naturally straight teeth at all. I look after my teeth really well. Like, I brush and floss twice a day. Like, I'm a bit extra when it comes to my teeth, but I'm really grateful that my like family spent money on my teeth so I could have, you know, a nice smile for the future. So I do like my teeth and my eyes. They're my favorite features on myself. Okay, opinion on guys who smoke cigarettes. This was a question I was asked, and without sounding judgmental, and I'm definitely not a judgmental person at all, I really don't like cigarettes because I'm really into my health. Like, I'm really into health and fitness and doing things that are good for your body, and I think cigarettes are dangerous. I think they're dangerous. I think it's basically like killing yourself slowly, and I don't agree with that. So I don't like cigarettes. I don't agree with them, but I don't judge people who like smoke. I don't judge. Like, honestly, I'm a very unjudgmental, wait, is that the word? Judgmental? I'm a non-judgmental person. Okay. Moving on, I got so many, again, happened in the last Q&A that I did. I get so many fragrance questions, which I totally love you guys for asking me and even taking the time to ask me a question, but I can't just answer billions of fragrance questions. I might just do a separate fragrance Q&A, but I will answer one that you guys asked me. So many people asked me this question, and it is, if you could only wear one fragrance for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? I think that is the hardest question. Why would you guys ask me that? Like, why? Come on, that's just mean. So I don't have a huge collection. I don't have like some collectors, but I do have a decent collection. Like, for some people it will be heaps, for others it will be tiny. So it just depends on your collection, but that is a difficult question for anyone. I might have to go, I've got it right in front of me, I have to go with Chanel's Coco Noir. If you don't know, this is kind of like my signature scent. It is a fragrance that I just throw on every day, and I feel very like powerful. I know that's so crazy to say about a fragrance, but I feel very powerful, very put together. I feel mature, and I feel like I can take on the day. I know that's so weird, but this fragrance just does that for me. It just makes me like, transports me to like this different being, which I aspire to be, and that's why I love it. It's a beautiful, mature rose patchouli kind of fragrance, and to me it reminds me quite a lot of Coco Mademoiselle, but a more mature version. So if you like Coco Mademoiselle, there's a chance that you may like Coco Noir. I also love Mademoiselle, but it's too popular. For me to want to wear it, it's just too popular. I love it and I adore it, and it probably could also be a signature scent for me, but it's just I smell it everywhere, and I don't like that. So I like to smell a little bit more unique, and I don't smell many people with this one on. So Chanel Coco Noir, the reason that it's like my go-to is because it's so versatile. Like I said, it makes me feel like powerful and put together and that sort of stuff, which I want to feel put together. So let's have a look at the next question over here. If you could choose to name yourself, what would you call yourself? I actually have a list of like I don't plan on having children. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I have like a list of boys and girls' name that I like. I don't know why, but definitely, here, let me read them out to you guys. So if I could rename myself, I would call myself Malaya, Isla, Isabella, Willa, or Shakaya. I don't even think I suit any of those names, but I just like those names for a girl. I think that they're quite cute. So, okay, next question. I don't know if I should answer this. I got a lot of cheeky questions, which I specifically said juicy questions, ask me some juicy questions, but I kind of meant like I want some real like hard hitters, but I did get so many good questions. But the next one is F, marry, kill. I do love these sort of things. Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, or Owen Wilson. Okay, this is easy for me. I would marry Owen Wilson, definitely. There's no question about that, because I don't know, I always had a crush on him. I know that's so weird, like when I was younger, like that's just weird. I had a crush on Owen Wilson in like Marley and Me. I would F Vince Vaughn and I would kill Ben Stiller. I'm sorry, but that's the way that I would do it. Okay, so the next question is, do you like men with beards? I am very much a person who just says, do what you want to do, live your life. If a beard makes you happy and feel more confident, do it. Don't let, especially men, like don't let a woman dictate how you live your life and what you do in life. I don't think that's fair. I don't think, because that's not how I would want to be treated. I wouldn't want to be treated that way, so why would I treat somebody else like that? If you want a beard, grow a beard. I don't really have a preference. I do have to say though, I really do like a little bit of stubble. Like, I find stubble quite sexy, if I'm being honest. So I do like a little bit of stubble, but honestly, I don't mind. Beard, clean shaven, whatever. I have no preference. I like this question. I like this question a lot. What celebrity would you date / marry? Post Malone. I love Post Malone's personality so much. Like, I just love him. He's a Cancer, I'm a Cancer. Not that I think that that's like the ideal relationship. I just think like, I just vibe with his personality so much. He's so chill, he's so humble, he's so grounded. He's just everything about him, I just think is so like, I just like connect with his spirit. I know that sounds so insane, especially if you're not spiritual, but I just feel this like, I don't know, I just love people like that. I love grounded people, I love chilled people, I love people like that are just really like, you know, genuine and down to earth, and that is exactly what I get from him when I see interviews or, you know, encounters or videos of him. I just get this really beautiful, like, humble and grounded vibe from him, which I love people like that. I don't get along with people on the other end of the spectrum, like, you know, egotistical, loud people. Unfortunately, I don't get along with people like that. I get along with the really like humble, kind of down to earth people, like I said. Okay. How many kids do you want? That's a tough question because, to be honest with you guys, I haven't ever really thought about kids, and potentially it could be because I haven't had a boyfriend or anything like that, a relationship. Maybe that's why I haven't thought about it. But to be honest, in this moment in my life, I'm 20 years old, I don't see kids in my future. I'm not saying that I would never want kids. I'm just saying at this point, kids are not something that I want at all right now or anytime soon. So yeah, I don't know how to answer that because I don't think that I really want children. Possibly in the future, like I said, if I fall in love with somebody and we get married, and I'm sure my mind will change, I'm sure, but right now it's just not something that I would ever want at all. Describe yourself in 3 words. I'm trying to just like, I'm thinking of these answers off the top of my head. So I'd probably say genuine. I'm a very genuine person. You can count on me to be the most genuine person in your life that you come to with your deepest, darkest secrets and you feel trusted to tell, because that's like the sort of person that I am. Very ambitious. Sometimes a little too ambitious. I think my goals are like, just like, sometimes a little bit up there, a little bit crazy for some people, and kind. Like kind, caring, and nurturing go into like one little ball for me, but that's a huge part. Like I said, I'm a Cancer, I am very kind, I'm very nurturing, and I'm very like that. So I've always been told that about myself. I think I've talked about this, but I had like this poster from when I was in like year 4 or something, and you all had to write your favorite thing about your classmates, and mine Literally, it was so embarrassing. The entire words were, Demi is kind and caring and kind and caring and an animal lover, and she loves animals and she loves animals and she loves animals and she's kind and caring. Like, it wasn't, Demi's funny and like, she's so cool. It was just like, Demi's kind and caring and she loves animals. Like, that basically sums me up to a T. So the next question is, what's the first thing you notice about a guy? I was trying to think about this, so I'm checking I don't have lipstick on my teeth. We're good. Okay, so what's the first thing that I notice about a guy? I'd probably say his smile, because I think a smile shows a lot about a person. If you're smiling and you're bubbly and you kind of look very happy, I think it says that you're confident, I think it says that you're happy, and I think it says that you're a vibrant person. Like, if there was two guys, one was like, kind of looked a little bit like miserable, a little bit like, you know, solemn, I guess you could say, and the other one was really happy and vibrant, I would just go to the happy person, because it just, you know, it does attract you. So I would say that, and also presentation. Presentation is a huge thing. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be wearing a suit. You do not have to be wearing a Tom Ford clothing or whatever. You don't have to be, but just present yourself in a way that is, you know, good. Like, present yourself well. I really think that it matters a lot, and for me, I have a little thing to say. Some people may maybe hate on me for saying this, but hygiene, guys, is so important. Like, I can't express to you how important that it is to be hygienic. Something that really turns me off personally when I meet someone, let's just say I met a guy and he has like dirty fingernails, that just like, oh, that drives me crazy. It is not hard to wash your hands. It is not hard to not have dirty fingernails. Like, I just don't get it. And also, bad breath is also a huge thing. I know some people have issues with that, but just, I don't like bad hygiene, and also BO and stuff like that. Like, I just don't like it. I'm sorry, maybe I am the minority, but hygiene is so important, because, you know, if that's going on, the girl isn't really going to want to go any further with you, if you know what I'm saying. Like, if I met a guy and he was like unhygienic and he had dirty fingers and his breath smelled bad, I would just like, I'd be like exiting real quick. Okay, this next question is a little bit heavy, so just warning you. Somebody asked me, which I thought was a really nice question. They said, considering your past, what inspired you to fight back? If you don't know and you're kind of like new to my channel, I used to have anorexia nervosa really, really bad. Like, obviously there's heaps of cases in the world that were worse than mine, but I had it bad. I was very, very underweight, and I had depression and anxiety, and it was just a mess. And I would say the thing that, you know, really kind of made me want to fight back and made me want to push forward was that I had wasted so much of my life. I wasted 4 years, 4 precious years. How quick does life go? You know, how quick does life go? And I wasted 4 years of that in bed, depressed, not eating, starving myself to death. Like, just, it's so hard. It's very hard to talk about, and it's very hard to think about now. It almost feels like a blur and like a movie that I just like look back at. I know that's like really weird, but it's very hard for me to like relate to the mindset that I was going through, because it was just insane. Mental illness, and anorexia especially. Anorexia is such a sick and scary disease. If you know anyone that's going through it, I really feel for you. Or if you've gone through it, I really feel for you, because it is a huge, destroying, destructive mental disorder. I've kind of explained this before, I think in one of my videos, but it's almost like there's a lion and a mouse, and the lion is your eating disorder, the mouse is the old part of you that wants to come back and wants to fight back, but there's absolutely no chance that this lion is just going to kill the mouse and it's going to be over. That's like what an eating disorder feels like. There's this voice that's just so powerful and so strong, and it's just controlling you so much, and there's no way that the old you can even break through, which is just, it just feels, I can't even like, it's too hard to put into words, to be honest. Like, you would never know the feeling unless you've gone through it yourself. So it is hard for me to talk about, but it is a part of my past now. So what inspired me to fight back is that I'm a very ambitious person. Like I said, I've always been ambitious. I've always had huge goals. Like, even when I was sick, I had huge goals, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't achieve shit. When I was sick in bed, not even able to make my bed, not even able to get a shower, like I was so like underway, and every time I stood up I thought I was gonna faint. Like, how am I gonna take on the world? How am I going to achieve anything? How am I gonna do anything if I was like that? It wasn't possible. So I decided that I had wasted so much of my life. A light bulb just went off and I was like, I have to get better. I have to do something with my life. I was getting up there in my age. I think I was about 17 when I really decided to make that change, like physically, and I realized I had literally wasted so much of my life, and I just didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't want to waste my life. I want to be somebody. I still want to be somebody. I still want to make, my mark on this earth and stuff like that. So I'm very proud that I have managed to get through it, and I'm a very healthy person now. I am very proud of myself. So that is why I decided to fight back, is because life is out there. Like, it's waiting for us. It's waiting for us to make our mark and do something great and just achieve things, and it's waiting. And I was in bed sick and depressed, so I made that switch and I have never gone back since. So okay, this is going kind of hand in hand with that. How do you stay so healthy? Do you cheat? Okay, this year has been the year where I have invested in my health. 2018, the beginning of the year, was the year that I decided to really invest in my health and get really healthy. I was not healthy last year at all. 2017 was a shit year for me. I had normal weight on me, like I was actually bigger than I am now, but I was so unhealthy, and I haven't even talked about this to anybody. I don't know why I'm putting it on the internet. I don't know why, but I'm gonna tell you guys, but I had like bulimia last year, which all goes into the whole eating disorder thing. Like, I was throwing up all my food. I was eating too much, like I was binging and then throwing up and binging and throwing up, and like it was just awful. I wasn't exercising. I was really sick last year, just as much as the previous years. So the mental illness side of it is horrendous. So this year was the year that I needed to switch it, and I needed to get healthy. I did not want to live my life like that. It's a very scary thing to be so mentally unwell that you're doing these crazy things to your body. And I decided that this year I'm getting healthy. So I did, and I am extremely healthy now. So wait, let me just go back to the question. I keep going on tangents. You'll know that about me. If you watch my channel, I do go on a lot of tangents. So how do I stay so healthy? Do I cheat? Okay, so for me, this year, like I said, it was my year of just achieving optimal health. That is my goal in life. I do not find pleasure anymore in binging on junk food, on eating bad foods. And I'm not judging you if you're watching this and you do and you enjoy that. I'm not judging. For me, I find pleasure and I find joy and I find like happiness in eating a really healthy diet, like really healthy, and exercising and running and doing Pilates. I find that more enjoyable than, binging on something and then feeling really sick after it. Enjoying it for the moment and then feeling really sick. I just enjoy like feeling my best, hopefully looking my best and stuff like that. So that's all I want in life. I just want to reach optimal health. I will do anything, like literally I would do anything. If somebody was like, drinking pee twice a week would make you the best healthy and live the longest, I would do it. Like, I am crazy now. Like, I just really want to be healthy and live a long life and have the energy to do things. And anyways, that was a long answer. I am very sorry. Okay, this is a funny one. Do you believe in aliens? And I had to think about this for a while, and I have to say yes. As in, I don't know what they look like. I don't have a vision in my head. I don't think about it every night, but I do believe that there is other life in this universe besides human beings. Like, I think that's kind of a little bit, like, not ignorant, but I don't think it doesn't make sense to me that people think that we are the only people in this entire universe. I don't think that it's like that. I think there's definitely life on other planets. We just don't know it yet. And that's probably the way that they want it. This question is very cute. What's it like to meet a subscriber? I actually met, hey girl, I know you're watching this. Her name's Tiana, and I met her when I did, long story short, I did like a clothing store at a market, and one of my subscribers, her name is Tiana, like I said, she was there and I bumped into her there, and it was just such a beautiful experience. I know it's a bit weird to say, but it was just amazing. It was very heartwarming for me. Like, that is the word I would use to describe it, to meet one of you guys. It's very like heartwarming and the experience was just amazing. Like, to be honest with you guys, I thought that meeting a subscriber in real life, if you guys watch my channel, you know I kind of deal with a bit of social anxiety and anxiety in general. So I kind of thought that like meeting a subscriber in real life would be terrifying and I would be so nervous and I would be like you guys would just be like, unsubscribe. Like I honestly didn't know, but when I just saw her and like we just hugged each other and started chatting, it was a really easy, beautiful connection and it was just so nice. So hey girl, I love you. This is a pretty heavy question again. Somebody said, should I drop out of college and pursue my passion? I don't feel like there is a right or wrong answer to that. I don't think I'm fit to give advice on that because I never went to college. I would say do what you want to do in life. Do your passion, pursue your passion and do it. Because I know so many people, like I don't know just one or two, I know so many people that went to extremely expensive private schools and then they go straight from school into university and they end up dropping out of university after a year because the amount of pressure that's on you to just do something to get a degree is insane. If you're obviously studying something that you love, and that's amazing, you're doing it, you're doing what you love, but if you're just doing it for the sake of it, don't do it. You're wasting your life. You're wasting your life and maybe I have an unpopular opinion and I totally am open to hearing other people's opinion on that, but for me personally, I could not imagine doing something that I didn't love. I know that's probably a bit selfish, but I just couldn't imagine just doing something for the sake of it and doing something that I didn't love. I've been lucky enough to always pursue my passions. My family has always been very supportive of me doing that. First of all, it was ballet. Then it's like social media and makeup and all of that sort of stuff. So I've been very lucky that my family have supported me, but 100%, if you were coming to me with that sort of, like questions, I would say pursue your passion. Don't bother wasting your life doing something that you hate. You'll be miserable. You'll be absolutely miserable. So the next question is, what is your favorite memory? I had to think about this one, but I would have to say that my favorite memory was when I got my dog. If you don't know, I have a Pomeranian, a mini Pomeranian called Poppy, and she's about 7. She's turning 7 years old. In like a few weeks actually. So my favorite memory is when I first got her and she was so small. She was like this big. She was tiny because she was a miniature Pomeranian. She was incredibly small. So we brought her home. My mum and I brought her home and we had this whole idea that we were going to be like really strict dog owners, and that shit went out the window, like straight away, like real quick. So we kind of put her in her little pen to go to bed, and my mum and I, for some reason, we were watching a movie in bed together. That sounded totally wrong. You get what I'm saying. We were watching a movie in bed and we fell asleep, but we heard the dog. We heard little Poppy crying and crying and crying and crying, and I know you're supposed to leave them in the pen so that they learn, but we just couldn't. My mum and I are both cancers. We are both maternal and nurturing, so we were like, go get the dog. Go get her, bring her in the bed, she's sleeping in the bed. And ever since then, ever since that first night, she's always slept in either my bed or my mum's bed. She usually sleeps in my bed, but sometimes she'll sleep in my mum's bed as well. So it's just such a cute, that memory I will remember forever because it was just the first night of a really special relationship with my dog. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about this question. I got asked this a lot. I get asked this all the time, and I don't know why everyone is so, not in a mean way, but I don't know why everyone is so like curious about this, but everyone asked me, there was a lot of these questions, why have you never been in a relationship? Like, why? Okay. Again, this is going to be a very long answer, but for me personally, just me, I am not interested in finding a relationship. I am not interested in dating anyone. And I know that sounds wrong, but what I'm saying is that I have so much going on right now in my life of what I'm trying to create, what I'm trying to do for myself. I want to build like a little empire for myself, and that is my goal. That is my number one goal in my life right now. And that is taking up a lot of time. That is taking up a lot of time in my life. I am an all or nothing sort of person. I would want to give that person 100% of my time and my love and my energy. And right now, I don't feel like I could do that, which I know that sounds kind of like, you probably think I'm sounding a bit crazy, but I just mean like, I don't think it's nice to like string someone along and kind of half-ass it. If I was going to be with somebody, it would be 100% commitment. Like, another thing with me is that I don't really want numerous relationships. Not that there's anything wrong with that, like, at all. My sister has been in a lot of relationships. I don't judge anyone, like I said, but me personally, I don't want to have like, oh, that was my first boyfriend, or, you know, that was my second, and, you know, my third. If I'm going to be with somebody, that's the person. That is the person I'm going to be with forever. I'm going to marry them. We're going to live a long life together. I don't want to be in numerous relationships and have bad breakups. I know you can't prevent that. I'm not dumb. I'm not naive. I know you cannot prevent that. But for me personally, I just think that I will know 100% when that person comes into my life and they are 100% right for me. I'm very big on like connection and the connection that you have with somebody, and trust me, it would take me a long time before even knowing that that person was the right person. It would take me a long period of time. But like I said, it's not something that I want right now. If I wanted a relationship, I would be on dating apps and I'd be meeting people and I'd be going out. I would be doing something about it, but it's just not something that I want. I really want to build myself, like I said, my career and my empire, and I don't think as well the timing is right for me right now. I just don't think that the timing is right, and that's something that I truly believe. When the timing is right, it will happen, and I have no doubt I will meet someone and we will fall in love and all that sort of stuff, and I'm sure it will be absolutely amazing, but that timing I don't think is right now, if that makes any sense. So a lot of people like question it, but it's just not something that I feel like I need. I don't need a relationship. Very happy and very content with what I'm doing, but obviously in the future, when the timing is right, I'm sure I'll meet someone and it'll be amazing. And like I said as well, I don't want to have numerous relationships. I just want to meet the one person, my soulmate, and we just live a long life together. What do you see yourself doing in 10 years? Okay, like I said, I've said it many times, I'm extremely ambitious. I have goals that are probably so unrealistic to some people, but I'm sure, you know what? I'm sure I will make like 85% of them happen, so don't hate on me. Don't hate on me, I have big dreams, but who cares? So in 10 years, so first of all, I want to I want to get my, YouTube and all that sort of stuff going, and in a few years, maybe about 3 years, I would like to start my own brand. I want to start my own skincare line, my own makeup line, and for all my fragrance people, I want to start my own fragrance line. I want to start making fragrances and make some amazing men and women fragrances. Like, I really want to do that. So basically just a whole beauty line. I am so excited. I would absolutely love to do that. So that is kind of like what my first project might be. I still would like to do YouTube because I love it so much. It just comes so like naturally to me. Like, I feel very like comfortable doing this and I love it. So definitely still be doing YouTube and having my own like beauty brand. And then when I get to about 30, I think I want to travel the entire world. I should obviously have, built up something for myself where I have the ability to travel the entire world. I cannot wait to do that. I actually haven't been to too many places in my life. Obviously, I've been all over Australia because I live here and, it's quite easy to do that. I've been to New Zealand, I've been to New York, but I haven't been anywhere else in America, and I haven't been anywhere else in Europe. Like, I haven't been to many places, so I'm very excited. Another thing that I want to do is build my own house. I'm not sure where yet, but I do want to build my own house because I love architecture. Like, I love it. I love it so much. I am so like overly passionate about things that I have no idea about. Like, I love the look of architecture. I have a very I know what I like and I know what I hate, and nobody can change my mind about what I like and what I don't, especially when it comes to architecture. I like very artistic, a bit weird sort of things, so that is what I love, and I would build the sickest house. Like, I think I would build such a cool house. I actually follow this architect in Perth that I love his work, and I'm sure if I was to build a house in Perth, I would go to him and we would create a little magic house for myself. So yes, definitely want to build my own house, and I do want to move to New York. I'm not sure when, but I want to move. I would love to do it soon. I'd love to do it right now. Like, hello, I would love to live in New York right this very second, but unfortunately I'm just not set up for that. But I would love to live in like Soho, in an apartment in Soho and all of that sort of stuff. Like I said, I know I've got very big dreams, but I'm allowed to. Hello, who doesn't want to dream? Okay, I'm gonna answer this question. It's a bit of a weird question, but I'm going to try to answer it the best that I can. Is there something about you that can't be loved? And I think there's something about everyone. There's negatives and positives about everyone. So I think the person that you love there's nothing about them that you can't love, but you can dislike. So for me, I would probably say that I can tend to be, I've said this before, I can tend to be sometimes kind of negative, and I know people hate that. I'm aware of it, I'm very aware of it, so I try really hard to be like more positive. But sometimes I can like sink, and I won't project my negativity onto anyone, but I can just go into like a negative space, and I'm sure it's very obvious. So that's something that is about me that I think could tend to be something that somebody might not like about me. I'm trying to think, maybe as well, I'm very set in my ways. Like I know what I like and nobody can persuade me. I think that that's also quite an annoying quality, because I also find that annoying in other people. But I do have a very I know what I like and nobody can like, you know, get in, but I'm very open-minded. So that's like, it kind of contradicts what I just said. I'm a very open-minded person. I literally am one of the most open-minded people. I am open to any scenario or whatever. Like I'm open to everything. I just know what I like and I like it. Like that's it. So I can tend to be a little bit maybe stuck in my ways sometimes, but that's probably about it. There's no mean qualities I would say about myself, and I'm not saying that so people like me better. I'm just being honest. Like I'm not a mean person at all. I don't have any, like, just look at what a Cancer is. Like just go and have a look. Like we are not mean people at all. What got you into fragrances? I knew that this question would come up, and I actually don't even know myself. I have always loved perfume. Like when I was younger, this is funny, I was in like year 4, and my mom's like signature when I was in year 4 was like Flower by Kenzo, which now I love that smell. Like I love smelling the bottle because it brings me back to when I was younger and my mum used to wear it. I know a lot of people don't like that fragrance, but for me it's just got that very, what's that word, nostalgic feel to it. So Flower by Kenzo, my mum used to wear it, and I remember spraying it on me like every day before I would go to school. And I remember getting in trouble by my teacher. She goes, "Demi, I need to talk to you." And I was like so scared because I never got in trouble. Like that's another thing, I never got in trouble. So for the teacher to like call me and talk to me, she goes, "Are you wearing perfume?" And I was like, she was so mad. She was like, "Don't wear it again. Don't wear it again." And I was like, like I was terrified. So I never wore it again, but I've always loved perfume. I've always loved smelling my mum's perfume and all of that sort of stuff. So I always loved it. How did I get into it myself? I just kind of slowly started collecting them. I think smelling good it brings you like from a 5 to a 10. You know, like I'm not joking. I think a guy that smells good, I'm going to talk about men right now, but if there's a guy and they're both equally attractive, whatever, they're both wearing the same thing, but one has a really amazing like scent coming off of him and the other one doesn't smell like anything, I'm gonna go for the guy that smells good, because it just brings you up so much. Like I can't even explain it to you guys. Obviously, do not try and hide your body odor or your stench with perfume. It doesn't matter how much Dior Sauvage or Creed Aventus that you wear, you're not gonna cover up bad hygiene. So just saying, like don't do that, but be hygienic and smell good, and it will literally bring you so high up. Like I just can't express it how much. So that was something that I felt like I really feel like a fragrance, and a good fragrance just makes you feel so powerful and confident. I know for me personally, I feel really confident whenever I put on my fragrance of the day. I feel so much more confident. This video has been so long, so I think I'm gonna make this question my last one. What is your what is your spirituality / religion? I am not a religious person. I don't really like, this is kind of hard to explain, but I don't really know like what I believe in. I just don't know. Like I have prayed. Like I have prayed in my life, and you know, I did try to go to church a few times when I was a bit younger, but I did it more for the social aspect because I didn't really have a lot of friends, so I wanted to go to church to like make friends. I was more of those like youth churches. I'm sorry, but like I know that's probably like a really you know, uncertain answer, but I'm just not really sure exactly what I believe in. I'm a bit more of a, not gonna say realistic, because I don't think people that believe in God are unrealistic. I'm just saying I don't know exactly, but I'm a very spiritual person. That is something about me. I'm very spiritual. I really feel like people's aura and their and a connection with somebody, I'm super into that. And if you guys know me, I'm into astrology in a huge way, like huge. And if you want to know who I get along with the most in the astrology zodiac sort of thing, I get along really well because I've said this like 4 times in this video. I'm a Cancer. I get along so well with other Cancers. So is my mum a Cancer. I get along with Taurus so incredibly well because we're very similar. Taurus and Cancer are very similar. We have very similar morals. And I get along with Scorpio so well. Scorpios are like bae. Like, I love Scorpios. They are very interesting people. They're very interesting. They're very hard to understand at first, but they are really nice people. And I also really get along with Pisces very well. So those are like kind of the signs that I get along with the most. Not saying I don't get along with any other signs, but those are like probably the ones that I feel like I have most of those in my life because I attract them. We just kind of connect to each other. So like I said, I'm a very like spiritual person. I was like spiritual. I'm a very spiritual person. So I go off a lot of like vibes and stuff. Like, it's so apparent to me because I'm a very intuitive person, so I just pick up on stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, that was a long video. That was a very long video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this Q&A and kind of just getting to know me better, because I'm not gonna lie, there was some other questions in here. I'm not gonna specify who it was about, but there was a few questions about a certain YouTuber who also does fragrance. And I didn't want to get myself involved in any drama because it's not my place. It's not something that I enjoy. I actually hate drama and I hate things like that, and I don't want to be involved. So if you ask me a question, because there was actually a lot about a certain other YouTuber who does fragrance, I'm sorry I didn't answer them, but I just don't want to, like I said, I prefer to stay very neutral and just not say anything. So anyways, I really enjoyed this Q&A. I seriously love just like sitting down and talking to you guys. It makes me feel very connected with you. Like, I love talking to you guys in the comments as well. Like, I feel like so many of you guys understand me, which is so weird because there's some people in my life, like, I don't feel like they understand me at all. And I feel like so many of you guys understand me, which makes me like so mind blown that I don't know. Like, I'm just very grateful. I'm very grateful for you guys. And I feel like my subscribers are literally the most compassionate people ever. Compassion is something so important to me. It is a quality that I look for in other people and a quality that I have personally. I'm very compassionate and I really look for that in other people. And I feel like literally like 99.99% of my subscribers are so compassionate. So I'm very grateful to have you guys, and yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the Q&A and getting to know me a bit better. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, it is at demi.rawling. And there's a hair in my face. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.